So, so every single one of us has been going through a season of warfare. And the thing about warfare is that women are skilled warriors. And there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of talk about, women aren't meant to fight and this and that and the other thing. But let me tell you something, strategist. Let me tell you something, warrior goddess. Let me tell you something, that you have the ability to wage your own warfare against the things that are rising in you. And you simply just need to speak against them. And so this, for me, wealthy women, entrepreneurs, wealthy women enterprises, and let me make sure that we stay muted when we come in, family. The wealthy woman ecosystem was me saying, I'm going to wage my own war against faulty economy, and I'm going to make my own economy with women. I'm going to make my own economy with women that are going to come together in collaboration, and we are going to become so strong. And I've watched it happen over and over again. And then I started creating it over and over again and proving that success doesn't have to happen on accident. My name is Megan Monroe. I am the owner and founder of Wealthy Women Enterprises, and I created this scholarship program in conjunction with Worx Private Equity to sponsor my wealthy women entrepreneurs $12 billion in funding in 2023. $12 billion in funding in 2023. Really quick, just check in the chat and say there's a piece for me. If you guys plan on taking advantage of this program and getting your $12,000 scholarship, go ahead and just type in the chat, there's a piece for me, so I can come back and check into the chat later. Okay. And if you guys are just hopping on, make sure that you grab the link. There's a link in the chat for Telegram. Make sure that you guys grab that link and that you join that chat so that you guys don't miss out on all the updates behind this program. All right. So Ashanti, go ahead and go to the next slide. So this is a 1 million woman-owned businesses scholarship program. So when we sat down, we were talking about what we wanted to facilitate for growth for both the firm, right, and the ecosystem. And my goal personally, as I'm watching what's happening in the world economy, I had a goal of building a women-owned registry, a women-owned business registry of 1 million women-owned businesses, so that we could start creating an economy where our dollars are circulating within our ecosystems before they're going into other ecosystems. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but in the Jewish community, the dollar circulates 30 times before it leaves that community. In the white community, it circulates 12 times. And in the Black community, in the Black business community, it circulates 3 times. In the Black community as a whole, it circulates 0 times. Okay. It circulates 0 times. And there is not even a statistic about women-owned business. There is not even a statistic about women-owned business. And I wanted to step in and just kind of shake things up. And so 2 years ago, I started on the journey of taking all the knowledge that I had learned, condensing down my contacts, watching how economy works. And I started building Wealthy Women Enterprises and all the sub companies that operate under that umbrella. And so this is a scholarship program sponsored, but it's a $12,000 scholarship program sponsored by Worx Private Equity firm in partnership with the Wealthy Apprentice protocol. And what the firm is looking for is they're looking for businesses that once they come out of the Wealthy Apprentice protocol and they've facilitated awareness and platforming and creating a place for you guys to actually grow and have a space that when you say this is the thing, or when you tell people to do this, people move because of who you are and the weight that you carry. And how many of you guys, just to show in the chat, you've been frustrated because you've been struggling to reach people and actually create an impact in people's lives. When it comes to your business, like in person, you're a dynamic person. You can make people, make new decisions and all those things. But when it comes to your business, it's been frustrating because you've been struggling to find your identity in business, or your identity as an influencer, or your identity as a brand, and create that impact through your business. And you're like, I'm ready to just have a platform where I can make an impact. When I speak, people listen. Right. And that's me. My name is Megan Monroe. And when I speak, people listen. When I speak and I say, go here and do this, people do that, not because I'm some dominating force, but because they can trust that where I'm at, the water is good. They can trust that where I'm at, there's truth in what I'm saying, that the person that I'm sharing with them has good things to share with them. Right. And so that's what the goal is with this partnership, is that as you guys go through the Wealthy Apprentice protocol and you become refined defined and you understand that your platform is able to facilitate partnerships for you, and that you don't have to sit here and rise and grind and hustle and work, right? But you can instead partner people up to create paperwork that pays you. Paperwork that pays you. How many of you guys would just love to get paid off of partnerships that other people work, right? That you're like, I know you're like a matchmaker in business, that you come as an expert in your space, right? And you say, I know everything that there is to know about this one thing because I live it, I breathe it, I love it. And I'm going to partner people in this area in the market, right? So that they can have a successful business endeavor that Worx Private Equity is going to come behind and fund, right? And I'm going to take my check. I'm going to take my equity, right? Pay me in equity. The Queen Bee said that, pay me in equity. Do you guys even know what that means, right? And imagine sitting back and putting together maybe a business deal a month this year. And then by the end of the year, you're sitting here making 10% profit, 20% profit off of 10 different successful businesses because you, as an ambassador of the kingdom, understood how that process works. So that's why they have come together with our ecosystem to facilitate the distribution of funds, because they want to back up your ability to be a dynamic platform for partnerships and paperwork that pays you to rest. Does that sound good? Type sounds good in the chat. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. So just so you guys know, somebody had asked who it is that teaching. My name is Megan, okay, Megan Monroe, and I am the muse of Wealthy Women Enterprise. I represent modern sustainable luxury. I have gone through the process of building millions of dollars in resources for myself and assets. And what happened during that process, I'm only 28 years old. What happened during that process was I realized that I didn't want to live the world. Okay, I didn't want to live in the world of influence. I wanted to live in the world of affluence. I wanted little girls like me who came off of the streets, who had a single mother raised me with 3 little sisters and then a stepdaddy. And then I was, ignored as a young adult. I dealt with abuse. I dealt with sexual abuse. I was a teen mom. I had all these things that were going on, and I still was able to become a millionaire by 25. And what I looked at and realized was that the process that I went through was not duplicatable, simply because of the way that I had resisted being conditioned by the world. And I wanted to build systems that helped everyday people go through the process of creating modern, sustainable luxury lifestyles, And so I went into, going through and talking to my mentors. I work every day I work every day alongside multiple millionaires and billionaires that are in my ecosystem, that need my assistance because of my area of expertise as a decentralized finance specialist, right? That's why I have the relationship with the funds and the hedge funds and, the banks that I do, because I specialize in economy. My name is Megan Monroe, and I'm a kingdom economist. And so what I decided to do with Wealthy Women Enterprises was create our own economy. And it's a she economy, right? It's a she economy that allows us as women to come together and build wealth. Imagine if next year, okay, this is just one scenario that we're going to be doing next year. All the boutiques in the ecosystem, we came together to bulk order wholesale clothes for our kids, okay? Instead of us going to the store or ordering online overpriced clothing, okay, the masters of the boutique niche guilds in our ecosystem came together and said, hey, we're ordering these clothes. What sizes do your kids need? And you guys get to save 300% on your kids' clothing, right? Because we're an ecosystem. This is the stuff that we're going to be doing this year, okay? Because as things get more expensive and as inflation comes to this world that we live in America right now, we're going to combat that by coming together as women, by coming together as women in wisdom. So you guys go ahead and jump in the link in the chat. That's the group chat that's going to be keeping you updated on what's going on. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. So I wanted to give you guys some statistics really quick, because this is absolutely crazy. But as of December 28th, 2022, the average annual pay for businesswomen in the United States is $59,000. Okay. So $59,000 is the average salary for a corporate America Black woman in business. Well, this is not even Black women. This is just women in business. Okay. $60,000. That is just barely above getting by. If you guys are in that pay range, just drop a 111 in the chat. If you're anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a year, just drop a 111 in the chat, because you know what I'm talking about. It's tough to live off of that type of money. 88% of businesses owned by women generate less than $100,000 a year in revenue. If your business right now makes less than $100,000 in revenue, just drop a 222 in the chat. Okay, just drop a 222 in the chat. And my ultimate goal for us this year is to make every single one of you cash flow at least. That's why we're sowing the $12,000, because it's a seed. It's a 6-figure seed. That's what it is. You guys will learn that, like I preach all day long, the seed, because let me tell you something. I learned that nature has to listen to nature's laws, and nature says that when a seed is planted, a harvest is reaped. Okay. And so I came through this process of realizing that I wish to distribute 6-figure seeds into my students, because when my students have 6-figure seeds sown into them, y'all better produce, right, a 6-figure harvest. Can we just come into an agreement right now that we're going to break the statistic, and that the mass majority of us are going to come together, 1 million women-owned businesses, okay? And we are going to break that 6-figure statistic right there. We're breaking it. Okay, we're breaking it. Just type I agree in the chat. On average, women companies grow by 84% compared to men-owned companies growing by 78% since starting. Okay, so women, when they own businesses and they have the resources or don't have the resources, we're still pulling out, right? We're still pulling out in front of these men, almost 10% in performance. That's crazy, you guys. So if you're wondering, like, if you're sitting here underestimating yourself as a woman, you need to just put your crown back on, because we do good at this. We are good at this. Okay. And I wanted to give you this last one because this should shake you. And it's so crazy because the 1.2 is the amount that I'm wishing for us as an ecosystem. 1.2 trillion. Okay. 12 billion is my $1 trillion seed. Okay. If women of color owned businesses matched all women-owned businesses in revenue, an extra $1.2 trillion would be added to the U.S. economy. Can all my melanated queens in the room stand up? Okay. $1.2 trillion we would add to the U.S. economy if we matched all the other women-owned businesses. Okay. So I have a specific goal for us to come and step to this industry as business owners, as small business owners, that by the end of the year, they're going to have to rewrite some statistics. But not only that, they're going to have to pay us for the data. Okay. How many of y'all didn't know that your Facebook account right now is being securitized by Mark Zuckerberg? Okay. And that's how he's able to pay you out these bonuses, these sponsorships, because somebody took your data, your account information, and they're getting paid off of it. 444 in the chat if you want to get paid off of your data. Okay. I'm going to teach you how. Ashanti, go ahead and go to the next slide. So I wanted to say Happy New Year. Love Wealthy Women Enterprises. It's officially 2023, sis, and it's time for you to light up the sky. You're a star and you know it. This year, we are letting go of old agreements that no longer serve this version of us, and we are stepping into a higher state of existence. We are the creators. It is time that we as goddesses live up to that name. Create your life on purpose with full intention, and I'll be right here beside you, giving it all that I've got. New rules, sis. Grow, allow, and be all that we are meant to be. Okay. If you stand in agreement, just drop a 333 in the chat. Go ahead and go to the next screenshot, Ashanti. And for you guys, my doll right there, like I have half and half hair for those of you guys who haven't stalked my profile yet. Yeah, it's the Web3. So this protocol that you guys will be engaging in is going to be a Web3 protocol, which you'll be learning more about. Web3 Credit Builder Program. So Web 3.0 or Web3 is the third generation of the World Wide Web. So we are innovators. You guys may not know this. If you do know me, you know that I own a blockchain. I am one of the only women in the whole world to have ever founded their own blockchain. I own my own banking system. I will be offering you guys all business accounts. You guys do not have to go through hoops and juggle to try and get your business account. I will be offering you a business account at my bank. These things that our people really struggle to get, I am going to make that very, very easy for you. Currently a work in progress. It is a vision of decentralized and open web with greater utility for its users. So right now, most of the internet is owned and operated by the families that start with R, the Rothschilds, I don't even remember, the Rockefellers, and we'll talk about this more on an additional training, you guys. But what this protocol that we're going to be doing together is after the first month, when you guys get onboarded, you get yourself organized in the niche that you're getting, you guys apply the trainings. My goal, like I said last on Monday, my goal is that the first 2 weeks that we spend together, you guys are going to knock out every goal that you had for 2022 that you feel like was stolen from you because of somebody else's, please excuse my language, but BS over your life. Okay. How many of you guys feel like you lost time in 2022 because of people's requirements, people's momentum, people's needs, people's use of you? Just drop a 22. Did I say that already? Just drop a me or a 222 in the chat if that was you. If you feel like you really just had to live up to other people's stuff and there was constantly a crisis, you were constantly putting out fires for other people, and you feel like you may have lost time and you let yourself down. I personally, I sustained myself and I got through last year and I grew so much, but I had to give myself back my 2022. And that's what our goal is. In this first month of 2023, we're going to do 10 times what we should have done in 2020 or 2022, because we know better now. And we have an ecosystem of support. So just so you know, your monthly $100 contribution to the Wealth Fund will also report to your credit profile and help you build credit. Okay. And in exchange, you will receive $1,000 in credit to go and spend inside the ecosystem that you do not have to pay back. So type that in the chat. I don't have to pay it back. I do not have to pay it back. This is not something where you're going to go and get this extended line of resource and then have to return it. This is 100% a scholarship grant program for you. And my husband is playing with our kitten like crazy right next to me, as if I'm supposed to be okay with that with my ADHD. Why is she spazzing out like that? Okay, go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. So this is the first, just so you guys know, you're going to be a part of making history. This is the very first Web 3.0 blockchain credit builder. Okay, so y'all are part of that. Okay, and if you guys like free stuff, just type free stuff in the chat. Okay, because the people who participate in this program, I already have some of the biggest programs that are innovating in blockchain that are ready to airdrop my women assets. And I get to say this girl, I get to say this girl, this girl, this girl. And my goal is to build you up so that every time somebody comes with me for a deal for affluencers and they're like, hey, I want to pay, 100 or 1,000 of your girls, right, to go do this thing, and we're going to give them free resources. I need to know if I can call you. So just type call me in the chat. So I know, I need to know who I can call when people want to give me free stuff in exchange for supporting what it is they got going on. Okay. Because I like to give away assets to my girls. Okay. Some of my students are already on here. They got airdropped 1 billion tokens that actually were worth money. If that was you, just dropped, that was me. I'm pretty sure I got at least 2 on here that have already gone through this process with me. So this process is become a wealthy apprentice. Okay. Back in the day, people worked with apprentices and masters. It wasn't coaches who pretended like they knew everything and copy and pasted internet information. Like if you were actually doing a trade, you knew how to do that. And the thing about me is I am literally, my friends call me the goddess of wealth. I make money out of nowhere. My mom will call me up. My mom will be like, hey, I need you to pull a rabbit out of a hat because I want this. Okay. And she knows that within a few minutes, I'm going to have made a solution for us to go get that money for her to do whatever that she wants to do. And I'm going to help her. My mom, she had all these chickens. I taught her how to sell her eggs. She was elated, right? And that's what I do, is I am the pivot point that's going to take you from pain to prosperity. Okay. From pain to prosperity. I'm going to teach you what it's like to take your passions and turn them into profits. Our objective is to give birth to power-packed brands built on foundational principles that ensure success while you build your brand and it's launched and scaled. Okay. You can't just launch something. You got to launch it, systemize it, and scale it so that it can be sustained without you. Together we are better, and together we enrich the entrepreneurial communities around us as we develop and expand into the successes that we are inevitably becoming. Welcome to the community, and let's grow together. I want y'all to be my VIPs. I'm going to take a screenshot really quick. I'm going to take a break. Don't say I wish. Just jump in. All right? Just jump in. We don't wish around here. We just call Monroe. Screenshot. And so I know who I'm calling when I got some stuff to give away. Okay, next slide, Queen. Boop. I forgot I animated this thing. I'm so funny. So there are multiple memberships of this process. So the one that I'm focused on with most of you guys is going to be just the $100 Worx, the Wealthy Apprentice program. We meet one time a week, and we're going to be doing awareness. And then I'm going to be introducing you to different strategies and things that you can go into the vault, get the resources for. Some of you guys, who needs a website right now? Okay. Who needs to know how to take an ebook, a digital product, and resell it so that you can fund buying more inventory for your business? Just drop a me in the chat. Okay. I'm going to be teaching you all the strategies to build your low ticket legacy. So you guys can take little products and build up your community. And every time that you drop something to that community, you can make money. Okay. And we literally had the dopest training on Tuesday. That was yesterday. We had an amazing training on how to take just even the word that describes your niche and turn that into, I showed them how to make blog posts. On Monday, we did that. We went through the title generator, showed you guys how to take those titles and put them in the magic right on Canva. And I'm going to show you guys how to literally just figure out who you are and what you want to do and turn that into assets that you can grow and grow and grow. Now there's the silver package where you're going to be able to pay the $500 membership. You'll have 2 meetings weekly, and you'll have that done with me and my team. My team's going to come up behind you, and you'll be able to get $5,000 in sponsorship money. Then there's the 3-week meeting. This will be the implementation where we do stuff with you. So you guys will be learning the strategy. If you're in the $100 thing, you'll be able to go and use the tools that are there for that. The $500 program, you'll be able to have it done with you, where you're actually going to learn my different strategies on how I do that and go in and watch me implement them. And then the gold package is where my team's actually going to come behind you. You'll be assigned 2 VAs, and those VAs are going to help you facilitate your growth and your expansion, and you'll be able to utilize $10,000 in Worx token a month. Okay, so Ashanti, you can go ahead to the next thing. And I'm laughing because I'm so funny because I animated this. I think I was making it like a video training. So I want you to meet Worx token. So I'm so cool. Sorry, I have to give myself a pat on the back really quick, because I really became obsessed with understanding how to master what is going on in cryptocurrency. You guys know, do you know my girl Paris Hilton? Can y'all just type a P, just type a P in the chat if you know my girl Paris Hilton. And I studied, I study these major billionaires and how they do things. And the Kardashians are really interesting. Kylie is really interesting. The Kardashians are really interesting. I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I study Kris Jenner, right? Well, then last night Spirit was like, go look at Paris Hilton, because if you guys know, Kim Kardashian was actually Paris Hilton's assistant. And Paris Hilton was the original queen. Okay, she was the original queen. Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera came up off of Paris's step, right? As the first blonde hair, blue eyed goddess. Okay. And Paris is so chill. But if you guys pay attention to what the playground Paris is playing on, she's playing in the metaverse cryptocurrency space. And she is still going strong because she knows that the crypto, and I'm going to teach you, I can validate this with like facts and knowledge, but I'm trying not to be too technical tonight or scare anybody. But on December 13th, the executive order that Biden signed for us to go to a cashless society where we're going to be utilizing only digital currencies and what is called a central bank digital currency came into play on December 13th. It was enacted on December 13th. And so even though they're covering the news with things like FTX and other things in crypto space, this is actually the future. And so each and every one of you guys, I'm going to be teaching you how to master your niche, how to master who you are as a person, what you want to do to just live your life, how to get paid to rest, how to get paid to just be in that space of creation. Okay. And then I'm going to teach you how to be a bridge to the blockchain, so that if I get somebody just drop what you do in the chat really quick. I just want to know what you do really quick in the chat. And I'll use this as a scenario. So what do you do? What's your business, or what is it that you're interested in doing? Okay, just let me know in the chat. So interior design, that was perfect, Bianca. Okay, so Bianca said interior design. I freaking love this. Okay, girl. So Bianca, you're dope. This is exciting. Interior design, leveraging the metaverse to create assets that people can go into your metaverse. You can partner with like a person that builds houses, right? They build houses and have 3D models rendered in the metaverse that show people can walk through and experience what their house would be like before ever building it. You, as the interior designer, right? You can design these properties with your own metaverse assets. When I say assets, I mean like couches, pictures, decor, right? And people can go in and purchase those things, those assets in the metaverse, and actually order them to their house in the physical world. So you can use the metaverse as a portfolio for your clients, right? And me, if you decided to do that, what me and Ashanti and my girls would do, we would simply just say, hey, we actually have a girl who specializes in interior design. She works with all of our A-list clients, right? All of our celebrity clients. And that's what we do. We would refer people to you once you mastered the skill set. And you guys can actually go and walk through your dream home and see what it would like to have a 3D rendering of your house with all of these things that she suggested in there, right? And you can design people's house. And it's kind of, did anybody ever play Sims in here? Like, did you guys play Sims back in the day, or do you still play Sims? It's kind of like building a Sims house, right? You can make couches, exactly. So that's just a fun example, but I just wanted you guys to realize, like, Sims is making a comeback, right, Portia? Exactly. So meet Wealthworks, build wealth that works. So my token, I'm creating an ecosystem based on my token, and it has mass utility, but $1 mints 10 Worx tokens. So that equals to the value of $10 through the Wealthy Woman Scholarship Match. So not only when you guys mint your tokens, which you're going to pay your $100 Wealthy Apprentice access pass, right? We're going to issue you $1,000 worth of the token to spend in the Worx vault, which has all the resources that you need to build your business. Okay. You guys will be able to use it for access to grants and resources, for access to trainings on how to build, grow, and scale your business. You're going to be able to access private events and tickets and contact lists, right? You say, coach, I'm ready to sell my interior design because I took your class that showed me how to build metaverse assets, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'm like, dope. We're going to call up our friend Chris, and Chris is going to put us in connection with the queen that does the interior design. And if you don't, like, y'all, ask Ashanti what kind of game I put people on. Okay. Like, I have so many high level contacts. We have a contact list of 65,000 A-list celebrities, politicians, NFL football players, all kinds of stuff. I specialize in personal relation. Okay. I work with celebrities. I have celebrity clients that I manage. Okay. So you guys will be able to come in here. And my goal is that I'm going to refine you and help you come to the place where you know how to have the affluence to work with people who sit there and they're looking to protect their wealth. Do you guys want to help protect people's wealth and then in turn become wealthy? Just drop a Y or yes in the chat. If you guys want to be the one who knows what it's like, because the thing is my friends, they have a lot of funds, they have a lot of resources, a lot of assets, but they're looking at people in the position that they're at, and they don't know what to do or how to protect their wealth right now because they don't see how they fit in the new world economy. And so they're actually terrified, and they don't want to be preyed on by people who are just looking for a quick commission. And so my goal with this ecosystem is to give you the resources that you need now. So you're not spending money paying $50 to $100 for a flyer, right? So you're not paying $500 to $1,000 for a freaking website. And I know because I've built them, right? And it does take work, but we have vaults and vaults of high level, gorgeous graphics for you guys to use and I'm going to teach you how to make 6 figures off of Canva. right? I'm going to teach you how to do all these things in this course. But it is scary. Change is scary. And imagine changing when you have built your life on $1 billion system, right? And then now that system is obsolete because the world is changing. Would that scare you? Just drop a Y or a yes in the chat. If you're sitting there as a billionaire and you've built something on top of a system in a world that doesn't really exist anymore, and now you're trying to protect your wealth, you're trying to protect your family, you're trying to protect your kids, and you're a normal human being, guys. These people are just normal, but they want you to be normal around them. And so I can't introduce people to these people who are sitting there fangirling, which is awesome to admire somebody, right? But I can't introduce them to people who are fangirling and don't have themselves in a place of position next to and understanding how to be affluent in those situations. And so if you think that you're someone that's safe, that I can introduce these people to you, but you know you need to be refined in certain ways so you have the affluence in order to connect with these people, just drop a 444 in the chat if this is for you, okay? Because that's who this program is for. People who are really seriously ready to level up their life. They know they're a high quality person and they want to be put in position to win, okay? So Worx is a smart contract driven tokenomics based protocol that multiplies your resources through giving you access to the Worx vault, where your single dollar creates 10 Worx equal to the amount of $10, eliminating your need for excessive spending on virtual business essentials, okay? Even metaverse assets, queen, you're going to be able to buy in bulk metaverse assets, buy in bulk ebooks for you guys to resell, and then you use those to drive traffic to your bigger offers, right? We have over 300,000 different ebooks and articles for you guys to start building and establishing your authority online. So many different resources for you guys to come together. I'm going to teach you how to make your own gifts. I'm going to teach you how to stand out as a brand. I'm going to show you where social media is going. I specialize in viral organic lead generation, meaning all the money that I make for free without spending ads. So go ahead and go to the next slide. But I just wanted to give you guys that clarity, so you had a clear understanding of what is going to go on. So this is going to be the process once you get signed up, okay? You're going to go through the process of enrollment. We're going to be emailed directly to go through an orientation where you're going to be evaluated. Okay, some of you guys, okay, just clear for no judgment zone, okay? How many of you guys have any negative items on your credit report right now? Negative items on your credit report right now. Just drop a me in the chat, okay? Did you guys know that you can get a $3,500 to a $4,500 check per negative thing on your credit report? And somebody is out there teaching you to send dispute letters. Okay. Did you know that? Y or a yes, or N or a no? Because I'm personally working with ecosystems of people. My guy, Melvin, we're going to get him on a freaking Zoom next week for you guys. And how many of you guys, based on, I just want, this is a safe space. All right. It's a safe space. Can we just agree it's a safe space? If Melvin sat down with you next week and just based off of $3,500 of a negative item reporting on your credit report, how much money would you have, sis? How much money would you have? How much money would you have? Would that sit there and put you in a better position to get into next year? And so those are going to be things that when you step by us, when you come next to us, I'm going to teach you how wealth works. Yes. And Chrissy, if you could quit your job, would you be hanging out with me more often? Would we be on Zoom all the time sitting here building wealth together? If you could quit your job because you got the checks back from the people who are violating your rights, and we'd be hanging out, wouldn't we? Exactly. Exactly. You guys, did you know it is so inexpensive to go to foreign countries and relax? One of my students, Cambria, she specializes in travel, and we as affluencers, all we do is hit up a place. We say, hey, we're bringing in a gaggle of girls. We got 12 or 24 of us. We're going to come into this result and we're going to review it for our ecosystem. They're going to pay us to come stay there. We're going to travel. Let's go to Bali, right? We're going to travel, go to Bali, sit down, have a mastermind. You guys, you need to understand that wealth doesn't work by spending money. Wealth works by not having to spend money because other people are making room for you, right? And so after orientation, she said, I got my passport. Amen, queen. Amen. We're going to use that thing this year. So after orientation, we're going to be doing platforming. So we're going to evaluate you and where you're at. We're going to see where the money that where you are at right now. And if you have money for violations, if you have, and we have people that are in here helping people get evictions off, felonies removed. We have people getting kids back. Okay, you guys, we have these checks that you're going to be getting for people violating your credit report. And then what I'm going to be doing alongside this credit builder, right? The Wealthy Apprentice credit builder is one of them. But what I'm going to come do is once you get to a sweet spot, I'm going to start putting trade lines on your credit report for you as authorized trade lines so that you can start acquiring large lines of credit. We don't use credit to create more debt. We leverage credit to create more revenue for equity. You guys got to understand how money really works. Okay. And so if you would like to have a mentor who, once you got through the place of getting all the checks for the violations on your credit report, then once you have a clean credit report, came and say, put, 7-year aged $100,000 line of credit on there and a couple other things to strategic, you could go buy that house right away. Right? Because all we did was curate the desired result that they want to see. And if this is what works. My mentor personally took me through this process, my personal mentor. So this is something that someone did for me, and now I'm ready to do it for you. The next thing, once we've got our platforming done and you know who you are, you're starting to step out as an authority. You guys, I built the Wealthy Woman community. I did not have to invite a single soul into that group. And I paid no money, okay? And I drove 5,000 people into that group in a 2-week period. I have made so much money off of my community simply because I followed my process. And I'm sharing that process with you. Okay. So after you go through the platform, you're going to go into initiation, where we're going to take the strategies that we've came up with for your platform, and we're going to start putting that to work. Okay. And then after you've been put to work, after you've got your systems down, after you know that this is what you want to do and it's working, I'm going to give you an accreditation status as the Wealthy Apprentice for you to be a business that's fundable by the Worx Private Equity Club. So whether you're a platform like an influencer, or you're a business and your business is doing good, guess what? You don't need to go on Shark Tank. You're going to come back to the house, because we're keeping it in the family, right? We're keeping the woman dollars in the sisterhood, the sisterhood of the traveling dollar. Okay. I'm going to give you an accreditation that allows you to be a part of investment, that allows you to receive funding for certain endeavors that you're wishing to do, that allows you to go on property hunts for our ecosystem so we can do group buys and you can make money off of transactional funding, which is where you put a buyer and a seller together and then we come and fund that process and you make a check. Okay. You guys, 7 Stream Sisters. That's who we're about to be together. Okay. Does that sound good to you? Drop a Y or yes in the chat. I'm going to go ahead. I think that's the last slide for this. I'm going to go ahead and this is my Eden. This is my Eden. I'm going to go ahead and open it for questions really quick. Does anybody have any questions for me before we move forward? And Ashanti, you can go ahead and move into the Wealthy Apprentice presentation. Any questions, family? Go ahead on mic. Hey, Chrissy.
Okay, so I know if we start off with $100, we meet once a week. So if I started off, say if I do it today or tomorrow, would I start next week?
Yeah, because we're already in our second meeting for the week. So we'll start next week on Monday. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And then there's also I've already got stuff that I need you guys to do right away to get started with your personal stuff. So some of the stuff is going to be us coming together on meetings like we do. And I know you've been around for a while, so you know what it's like being around. I'm going to give you a ton of information in a meeting, right? But it gives you the week to get the work done. Does that make sense? It's here's what you need to do. And here's what, because you guys, if you just do the processes I give you, it works for every single person. I promise you it does. Cause this is how human behavior works. Okay. I'm literally I love people so much and I wanted to learn how to help people so bad that I had to learn how to separate myself from emotional experience as a human and figure out how people work. We all have a coded DNA strand in our body that created who we are as a being. And that's so dramatic. But when I say this, I mean to say this because I want you to understand that this is how wealth really works. Okay. So Chrissy, yes, we'll start next week on Monday night. He said, okay, great. Is there any other questions, guys, before we go into the next half explaining the Wealthy Apprenticeship Program and what you guys can expect with that? And we'll do that really quick. You can go ahead and type in the chat or on mic. Some people are really comfortable with me already because they've been here with me for a long time. You guys listen to me talk for an hour and you don't have one question. We're just gonna go do this together, like everybody's game.
I mean, why not?
Amen.
Show me the money.
Like,
Amen.
right, period. Wait, see, this is what I'm saying. We don't have, you got a plan. Okay, we're gonna go. We got a plan. Okay, all right, we're gonna execute plan. All right, we're gonna see after the plan. All right, we're gonna execute the plan, and then afterwards, we're gonna see what worked and we're gonna see what didn't work. We're gonna adjust what the fuck didn't work, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Like, it's gonna get better every time.
Period on the sentence.
This is why I love my girls. It's always hype. So, and I just want us to keep multiplying. So the only goal that we have this year, you guys, and I'm gonna just go through the process really quick. This is a quick presentation. Some of you guys have already seen it. We're gonna keep multiplying. So for me personally, by Sunday, I will have 100 of us in this program. Okay, that's my personal goal. By next Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, but next Sunday, I want to have 1,000. Okay. By the Sunday after that, I want to have 10,000. Why? Because I mastered what's called the ripple effect. Ashante knows. Okay. And our goal is to be the ripple effect. So we can get our tribe and we're going to go do the stuff. Right. And what I want for the people who were here originally is I want you to be the OG of your niche. Okay. So if you are, sister said graphic, interior design. Okay, I want you to be the one that's like, yes, I did this first. I am the one in interior design. And then you're going to help with the ecosystem of the people in interior design. So they can come in and do ads in your community. They can come in and do, collaborations with you in your community. So you guys are the people here first. Ari says, I'm in digital marketing space, but want to focus on other healers to expand their business by putting them in front of people who want their authenticity and services they need. Though it's dope. You got Jazzy right above you in the comments. Jazzy's one of our girls. And the methods that I'm going to teach you are going to help you turn up your marketing. And I'm so excited to see your strategies and what you got going on so we can work together and collaborate. But I will tell you right now, we are one of the leading people in biohacking and energy healing space. Like from a medical profession, people are pivoting from the medical side and they're going into biohacking and they're going into all these resources. Like we have hyperbaric chambers, we have med beds, we have sound healing frequency technology, we have light therapy beds. It's crazy, right? So that's the ecosystem that you're plugging in. Will this work with anyone if they don't have a business or anything, just a newbie? Absolutely. Our goal is to work with people who literally just want to get paid to be themselves. Okay. She's an OG master life coach. An OG master life coach. Yes, let's freaking go. And so there are people who don't know how to just live, Yolanda. There are people who struggle to even figure out how to people. Peopling is hard. They're having a hard time peopling and they need help. And so we got life coaches for that. Praise God. All right. So I want to introduce you guys to the Wealthy Apprenticeship Program. All right. This is a program that I have built, and I said prophesy. I know some people are going to be like, Meg, that's not spelled correctly. It's professed, because part of it is prophesy, right? Part of it is me prophesying because I'm speaking this over you, right? These processes, I'm speaking their prosperity and their profit over you. But also it is me professing because I am a master at these things and I have done it, and I have students that have done it, and I have people who you never think could be successful that have done these things and created success for themselves. So not only am I prophesying this over you, but I'm professing it over you. So I'm actually gonna get this word done. I'm gonna get this word made into a word. So that's why that's there. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. So the preface: wealth is an accumulation of wellness. Become first mentally wealthy, emotionally wealthy, physically wealthy, and as a product of the process, you will naturally become financially wealthy. Okay. We are going to go through the process of teaching you how to balance out your health, your wealth, yourself, and your relationship so that you can get paid to prosper. All right. You can get paid to just be an expansion of yourself. And I want that to start as soon as like literally next week. Okay. Like some of y'all, it's going to start the minute that you sign up and you receive your credits to go start expanding yourself into this process. All right. But I need you to understand that You have a mindset. The misunderstanding about mindset is people think that it's like this process in which your mind is set on what you're going to get done and how you're going to get it done. And it's just this mundane method of doing in the world. And I'm tired of human beings trying to go through the process of being a human doing. That's not how this is supposed to work. Okay. It's learning how to balance. And if have you guys, like, just anybody really quick before we go to the next slide, can someone tell me in one sentence how to live a balanced life? Can anyone tell me in one sentence how to live a balanced life besides my students who already know this? Besides my students. Because I'm going to tell you, she said freedom, prayer. Those help, but it's a formula I'm looking for. Eat, pray, love. That's a good one. That's a good one, Miss Portia. The formula of balance is inputs, or your outputs equal your inputs. Okay? Your outputs equal your inputs. Reciprocity. Okay? Reciprocity. You guys need to understand that everything that you're doing in life, if it's not matching you, if it's not coming back with what you put out, if it's not giving you 10 times that, okay, it's got to go. Because in order for us to live a balanced life where we're balancing between the masculine and the feminine energy, where we're sitting there between, comfortable and uncomfortable, where we're in that place between foreign and familiar, right? That we have the ability to be in a state of perception where life is not happening to us, but for us, because we are living in a state of reciprocity. And so in order for us to live a balanced life, the inputs of health, the inputs of wealth, the inputs of self, and the inputs of relationship need to match what you're putting out. Okay, so go ahead and go to the next slide. But this is what you're going to be mastering. I'm going to teach you these processes through what is on the next slide. So really quick, who we are is a powerhouse entrepreneurial ecosystem designed to educate and elevate luxury influencers, investors, brands, and businesses. Wealthy Women Entrepreneurs is a community of industry-leading thought leaders, experts, educators coming to curate a space jam-packed with actionable information and implementable steps. Our objective is to give birth to power-packed brands built on foundational principles that ensure success while your brand is being built, launched, and scaled. Together we are better. Together we enrich the entrepreneur communities that we serve around us, and we develop and expand into the successes that we are inevitably becoming. Welcome to the community, and let's grow together. So I want you guys to just breathe into the fact that you are no longer alone in the sea of the world. If you want to go ahead and start the process of getting signed up, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat as I continue to share more about what the apprenticeship program is. And Ashanti, you can click to the next slide. So we do this process, you guys. We do this process, and I talked a little bit about platforming. Hey, Queen. I don't know if it's frozen. There we go. So have you ever heard the phrase, your network determines your net worth? Just drop a Y or yes in the chat. Okay. Have you ever heard the phrase, your network determines your net worth? So what this actually means is it's like the people that you surround yourself and the deals that you can get done by the people that surround you are your net worth. And some people, unfortunately, they treat everybody like a transaction. But for me personally, it's been my relationship with people and then my platform that I've built that validates me as an expert in my space that has allowed me to create a net worth that surpasses just a single transaction with a single person. Because if you can put two people together in a deal, right, that a bank wants to fund or that a private equity fund wants to fund, guess what? You can make billions and millions in the same time that it may have taken you to make a $10 sale, then to make $100 sale, to make $1,000 sale. Okay. And so our ultimate goal here is that we created our own PPP. Okay. You guys are going to be building your platform. Coach, I've tried building, becoming an influencer on social media. People don't listen to me. I've tried doing this. I've tried doing that. It's because you haven't had the right formulas. You haven't had the right processes. You haven't had a mentor that's literally done what they say they've done. And some of you guys, maybe you need to apply yourself a little bit more. Okay. So this ecosystem, we come together and we create platforms for people. It's not about being an influencer, faking it till you make it, having bags that you can't afford, putting stuff on credit so that you can look wealthier. No, you are going to become an affluencer, someone who is the product of the wealth that they produce in their life. Okay. Sound good? That platform is going to allow you to facilitate higher level partnerships. Okay, higher level partnerships. And you're going to learn how to have successful partnerships, what contracts you need to protect yourself in a partnership so that you get paid, right? And that's where the paperwork comes in. So many people do not have the proper paperwork. And so you deal with things like chargebacks on your website. You deal with things like partnerships where they're circumventing you and they're going around you to do business with somebody else. How many of you guys have ever dealt with that, where you've gotten into a business opportunity or you've had an opportunity to make a lot of money, but someone went around you and took your contact that you brought to the table, and then they went off and made money without you? Okay. No matter how big or small, that won't happen if you have the right paperwork in place. And even if they go off and do that, guess what? You can still sue. And that stuff's not that expensive, I promise. It's worth it. All right. So go ahead and go to the next one. But the PPP, that's what we're focused on in 2023. PPP, platforms, partnerships, and paperwork. So what's the protocol? Unlock the algorithm of living a modern, luxury, sustainable designer lifestyle. I want you to understand what an apprentice means. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, but a person, usually a minor, bound in the form of law to a master to learn from him or her art, trade, or business, and to serve him during the time of his apprenticeship. This apprenticeship will allow us to work together in reciprocity. Okay. One, you're going to go ahead and you're going to do what I teach you. Okay. You're going to go do what I teach you to do. You're going to master what I teach you to master. And then when I say, hey, master, hey, little master, I'm going to need you to step in because I've got this contract that needs filled and I've got money on the table for you. I'm going to need you to know when to sit at the table and pick up that money. Can you do that? Just drop a Y or yes in the chat. If I give you an opportunity to step up to the table and make money, or I give you an opportunity to step up to the table and support a brand so that they send our community free assets, can I count on you to do that? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm talking to the right people. So that being said, phase one, we're going to define our area of affluence. This is what we're going to be focused on next week, is defining our area of affluence. Okay. The next is you're going to select your service. Okay. Right. You're going to figure out what it is that you're doing for people to pay you. Okay. Then we're going to establish your estate. What somebody said on here, I'm not a business yet, I'm just an individual person. Guess what? Your person that engages in the state of commerce in the United States of America or anywhere else in the world that does business, right? That buys, sells, trades, you are a business. I'll teach you more about that later, but you're going to establish your estate and how you want your world to work, what platforms on social media you're going to be operating on, if you're going to be operating in person, how you're going to navigate ecosystems, how you're going to communicate with people, how you're going to work with high level people, how you're going to integrate, average people that are wanting to work with high level people, and how you're going to be a bridge to helping people ascend in the way that they wish to ascend. Some of you guys may be introverted, and if you're introverted, just drop a 111 in the chat. Shout out to my introverts. I'm also introverted. Okay. An introverted person most of the time is an extroverted person who's been hurt by other people, or you are an empathic person. Okay. And an empathic person are superhumans when it comes to being able to facilitate proper services. And so I'm going to teach you how to have boundaries. I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself with your paperwork so that you can go into what is phase two. And that is called planning your ascension. Okay. So we're going to plan your ascension and how you're going to build, grow, and scale your platform. Okay. We're going to expand your digital real estate, taking over, whether that's blockchain, whether that's understanding your blog and your website can make you money. What your website, you guys, is one of your biggest assets. And some of you guys have websites that you're paying for every month that isn't paying you. You didn't even know you could just simply inject certain advertising in there and drive traffic to your website all day and still make money. Okay. So you guys need to understand different plays that people do in order to make revenue off of the digital real estate that they own. And then the last step of phase two will be to create credibility. Okay. Then with phase three, we're going to be curating credibility and visibility. So we're going to create visibility after we've established your credibility. Credibility is where you can align with people who are already masters in certain spaces. And this is really easy. You can really reach out to people who are masters in certain spaces and be like, hey, can I interview you? Right? 12 weeks of interviewing 12 different people who are masters in the space and sharing valuable information and lead generating for people that are specific in that niche. I can guarantee you by the end of that 90-day period, you're going to be hanging with the big dogs. It's not hard. Okay. But you don't know how to do that yet because you haven't had a strategy. So that is how we're going to curate your visibility. We're going to build your tribe. We're going to get a group of people around you who want to march to the same beat of the same drums that you do. A lot of you guys are dealing with preaching to a desert, and you're struggling because you don't have the people around you who are going the same place you're going. You're wondering why they keep trying to turn the car around because they're not going where you're going. Okay. And then systemizing your culture creation. So once you put yourself in a position of having a platform, having an ecosystem, having people around you that are willing to work with you as the credible resources for your third party validation, then you systemize how your culture is created. People can call on you for resources. People can call on you to distribute their brand and pay you to distribute their brand, right? And then the fourth phase is deploying your community, endorsing your community to then duplicate what it is that you just created for yourself. So you start creating success stories, not only in other people, but other brands, right? Encouraging participation through leading by example and engaging in your own economy. My goal is to create a sub economy of the she economy that Wealthy Women Entrepreneurs is in each and every one of you. I want to come behind you. I want to accreditate you. I want to give you credibility. I want to validate you. And then I want to fund you. And I want to make sure that you're successful. Why? Because I own a bank. I'm a freaking infrastructure. I don't need to be the one with all the products and the services. My job is to create other successful businesses. Can I count on you to be that other successful person, that other successful business, that other successful brand? I need to put successful brands on my infrastructure, on the infrastructure that I built to protect us from the shit that's about to happen in this world. Can I count on you to come in and be yourself successful? Can I ask you to be what I call a kingdom case study? Okay, where you step into the protocol. It's simple. I promise. I know I'm saying a lot of words, but if you just do the steps, you're going to be embracing a version of yourself that you've been seeing in your dreams, that you've been seeing every day you're working, and you're going to be able to take the sweat off your brow permanently because you're going to be able to relax into the person that you meant to be all along. I need you to be successful so that I can sit back and say, guess what? Everything that I struggled through and everything that I worked through and all these partnerships and all of these collaborations were for something. They were for my women. They were for my wealthy women. You guys are my dream come true. I'm sitting here talking to you right now. You are my dream come true. That's why I'm so dang excited. You can go ahead and go to the next one, Queen. Amen. Amen. She said, preach. Portia, I like you. All right. So this is the thing is we're going to be helping you establish your business essentials, structuring your business, registering your business with your state, getting your business phone number, business virtual or physical address, teaching you about different zones and where you establish your business address to help you. Because some of you guys, you get more money if you're HUD certified, but you have to be in a HUD certifiable zone. Okay. Understanding the difference between being in a red zone and a black zone, knowing what it's like to have your address in certain locations. Okay. Getting your EIN number. So yeah, I say EIN, some of y'all, yeah, you can go to the IRS and do that. I understand you can do that, but do you know what certain EINs are for foreign affairs? And how you can put yourself in a position to where you're tax exempt because you know how to position yourself as a foreign, because technically the United States is a corporation and you need to know how to do commerce with it. Okay, 411 listing, some of you may have it, but I have a service that's literally free that you guys will do as soon as you sign up that lists you on over 40 business listings, including the Wealthy Woman business listing. Okay, helping you establish and grow your business credit, understanding your market, finding your niche, market research tools, learning actually how to research so you can master the space that you want to operate in, and getting your DUNS number. Okay, go ahead and go to the next one, Queen. So these business essentials are even a huge part of even just being fundable. So many people want to get grants and funding and resources, but they don't understand that you have to be a credible business, meaning they have to be able to find you on certain listings that you don't know about, okay, or that you can't get from looking in a free Facebook group. I promise you, none of you have resources on Facebook and Facebook groups that I haven't already found. And I'm disappointed in a lot of the information that's out there because it's just copy and paste information that somebody used to build something for free. Okay. And I need us to do better in this season. So what will I get? Legal templates, business planning, marketing strategies, vendor sourcing, content strategies, brand collaborations, giveaway participation, influencer marketing, paid traffic, web design, graphic design school, brand architecture, brand protocols, development protocols, market research, scaling processes, monetization blueprints, order fulfillment procedures, sales strategies, social media marketing matrix, customer service processes, personal growth, wisdom, pre-scheduling all of your content in the whole world, funding resources, and so much more. How many of you guys need these things or haven't even thought that you needed them as a brand? Okay, just drop a 111 in the chat. Go ahead and go to the next one, Queen. We're almost done. All right, and this is what that's what you're going to save money on, is accessing those things. You don't have to pay because I've already built them for you. Ready for your guides, okay? The Wealthy Apprentice, highly engaging Facebook statuses. This is where I give you content for you guys to literally share these statuses, and they're my personal organic statuses that help me reach all of these audiences and validate my presence. The Wealthy Apprentice Business Essentials Blueprint, the Omnipresent Social Media Content Calendar, the Self-Wealth Blueprint. This is literally how you're going to learn how to influence yourself to be passionate again, right? Some of you, if you're dealing with burnout, just drop a 777 in the chat. We're going to literally heal that part of you. Business plan workbook, the $1 Million Facebook group list, launch your low ticket legacy, dominating digital product drop shipping. Did you guys know you could drop ship digital products? Come on. Okay. Business credit bootcamp, 52-week content strategy. What if you guys could schedule your content for the whole year and go on vacation and your social media is paying you the whole time? That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. 6-figure launch strategy and the ripple effect, an affiliate program that builds itself. All right. That the ripple effect is my sauce, is my saucy sauce. Y'all are going to learn how to get people to go through the process of duplicating what you sell without having to pay. Okay. You're going to get people that distribute your stuff for you. Okay. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. I'll be sending you guys the links to these so you can reread stuff, because I know I talk really fast. But I want to call you into a season of taking back ownership of your life. Responsibility equals responsibility. It's the ability to respond. The higher your knowledge, the higher your ability to respond and create a specific and intentional desired outcome. You guys can start taking ownership of your life now. You can start saying, you know what? I don't agree with what's manifested around me. I understand that I've created this up until this now. And today I come in an agreement with my higher self, and I let go of old agreements that no longer serve me. The more responsibility that you have means the more ability to create the life that you desire based on how you respond intentionally to life happening for you. Because life is happening for you, not to you. Okay. And right now you may be telling your universe or your matrix, I want it to be this way, because you're still in agreement with things that don't serve you. But you know what? Some of it's not your fault. Some of it is because you didn't know how to have a higher agreement. If that's you, if some of the times you're just not aware of how to fix things, or you just don't know how to do better, or you don't know how to be bigger, just drop an 888 in the chat, because that was me for the longest time. I needed mentors who could come alongside me and show me how to be better, because I hadn't been taught. No one had taught me. And I had to go through a place where I knew how to position myself so that I could attract my mentors. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And you need to understand that life is happening for you. And I'm going to teach you how to make it happen for you even more consistently. The more consistent you are with creating your responses intentionally, the more wealth becomes a habit, and building wealth becomes habitual. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Queen. So build your life on purpose. I want you to build your life on purpose. If anything comes from walking with us this year and getting these resources, is that you will have architected your life on purpose. Walk with us for the next 365 days as we hold a habitual wealth process together on purpose. Overstand that thoughts become things. Learn and master emotional intelligence so nothing can take you by surprise, nothing can catch you off guard, and that you're honoring yourself and your experience throughout the process. Acknowledge that you are what you consume, and follow the plan of systematic wealth creation, and put your subconscious mind to work for you. If you knew, they always tell you, if you're using 5% of your brain, okay, well, what's the other 95% doing? Let me tell you something. You can put the other 95% on autopilot to serve you 24/7. If that sounds good to you, just drop the word wealthy in the chat. If that sounds good to you and you want to put your subconscious mind on autopilot, you want to acknowledge that it's time for you to take in different things. You guys, I eat gold and silver. I literally consume gold and silver because I understand who and what my body is. Okay? You need to understand who and what your body is, and soon you'll be in that same position. Soon you'll be in the place where you can take control of everything around you and you can step into a higher level version of yourself. And I want to invite you to become one of my apprentices. It's not necessarily going to be hard, but it is going to be a process where you have to let go of old things and step into the new version of you. And I want to invite you to do that tonight. I just dropped the Telegram link for you guys to jump into. Okay. I just dropped the Telegram link for you guys to jump into. And I really want you to take what I said tonight seriously. Those of you guys who need to take action right now. Get plugged in. You're going to be hearing from me. Okay. You're going to be hearing from me personally, because I need you to be literally a result for me by next week. I need you to be a result for me by next week. We can't stay where we are. Say it, I can't stay where I am. It's time for me to be embracing who I am in my higher self. It's time for me to step into who I am called to be. Just type, it's me. It's me. If that's you. And I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I know we had some technical difficulties for literally like 20 minutes. That was fun. I'm going to make a status. I want you all to jump on it so I can get connected with you on Facebook. So just wait 1 second before you head out. And then I am going to open it up for questions once more before we get off. But don't go anywhere until I drop this status and you shoot me a comment so I can make sure that I get connected with you. And get you a man that supports you, y'all. I'm literally I manifested Mark, and I'll teach you how I did it. But literally, like, wow, like when I tell you, it has been such a beautiful experience just having someone. I was alone my whole entire journey to millions. And then I prayed, I told God, I'm not gonna change the world and I'm not gonna be a billionaire until you send me my husband. And then I told him what I wanted. And then on the way came this man. And it's been the most beautiful experience, but it didn't come from me waiting to become myself before I found him. It came by me becoming who I wanted to be before he found me. Okay. I wanted to it's unreal. You guys, I'm so loved and I'm so supported. And I just want that for every single one of you. I'm going to share something in the chat for you guys to drop a comment on so I can get connected with each and every one of you in your inbox. And thank you so much, Ashanti, for your service. Will this link be put up in the group chat? What if you don't have money to start? If you don't have money to start, you need to message me so we can see where you're at in your situation. And there may be a situation where there's some work that can be done in the community in order for you to facilitate paying for your scholarship. I do have a huge VA team, but for me personally, I want to work with people who are ready to ascend, and it's going to be easier to start this program if you're in a position to invest in yourself. Don't get started until you're ready. But how this will work is because the funding is only available until the end of the year. If you started in, say, February, which you could start in February, you would still just miss the 1,000 for this month. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how you can expect it to work. And for those of you guys who asked, you can pay for your membership all at once. And so instead of paying $1,200, you'll pay $1,000 total, and you'll still receive the full $12,000 in scholarship to start spending now if you want to go faster. Okay. So that is some questions that we had after last meeting. Let me check the chat for any other thing. If there's any other questions.
Can I just say something real quick, Megan?
Yeah, go ahead, Ashanti. Ashanti's my literal like gem of a student. So she's just go ahead and go off, Queen.
No, I just wanted to say thank you guys to everyone that hopped on. And if you're somebody who I personally invited, if you are wanting to get started, or you've joined the chats, can you just message me and let me know, just so that we can have a point of contact and maybe some extra stuff just for my people. But I just wanted to thank you guys because time is really precious. So I really appreciate you guys getting on for us. And don't forget to share this if you guys know any other women in business. Like I said, we're trying to go and reach our goal of having 1,000, 10,000, as many as we can. So if you guys are just scrolling on timelines, you guys see women talking about how they need help, they need support, they need a community that can help them truly ascend, personally and business wise. Definitely feel free to send them the recording when you get it, and invite them just to check us out, because this is bigger than just individual and us. So let's try to get the word out as much as possible. So that way everyone can come and learn together. When I say Megan has truly changed my life in so many ways, I'm talking not just financially at all, just so many ways, just period. It's truly a gem to learn from this girl, and she's extremely humble. And trust me, when you guys really know who she is, because she has not even begun to tell you the type of person she is and the power she carries in this world and the people she knows, because it's very extremely high level contacts that she has. And so just wanted to make sure that you guys know we're in this together as a community, and let's just try and, you know, be there for one another and really help each other out.
Thank you so much, Queen, for that testimony. It's been an honor working with Ashanti and being able to put her in rooms with people who are really successful and seeing how she flourishes there. And you guys are going to see a lot more of this this year. So I am not sharing too much about who I am because I don't want that to intimidate anybody. I wish for you guys to just go through your process of learning who I am through being with me and walking beside me and getting the opportunity to jump into deals with me and things that I'm doing when I need support. Because that's how I've always learned from my mentors, is literally just stepping beside them and learning it by being with them as they do the things that make them who they are. So I did drop the link one last time in the chat for the Wealthy Apprenticeship Program, direct access link. Once you place your order, you will be messaged by me. If you do it late tonight, I won't be available until tomorrow morning. I'm going to go eat. But then we're going to get straight to work. And you better be ready to, you know, embrace your situation. And like I said, some of you guys, your late payments alone on your credit, not late payments, but your negative reports on your credit report alone are going to be a huge asset to, you know, catapulting you into this new year. And you need to be hedging yourself against the recession, hedging yourself against inflation. All right. So I'm really excited to have you all coming. If you guys plan on signing up, just drop a 444 in the chat if you plan on moving forward with us. And we did have a brother comment. So the reason why the apprenticeship went from Wealthy Women in Waiting to the Wealthy Apprentice is because we actually have a couple men that have joined us in this process. And so we have really powerful men who actually work well with women and have been a great asset to our community in real estate and other niches that have come through the program. And that's actually why the name is changed to the Wealthy Apprentice, but I do focus mostly on women in business. But we do create an environment of you know, loving and gentle processes, and we go out and get what's ours, right? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on here. I will be posting this recording. I know this was a this was a long Zoom, but I want to say thank you so much, all of you guys, for being here. And this will be a resource for you guys to go revisit and listen to for those of you guys who are knowledge personality types and want to hear this over and over again. So let's get to work. Let's literally make this this weekend a weekend where we take actions and we start putting ourselves in a place where we're positioned to win this year. I don't want you guys to lose another year. And on my watch, you will not lose another year. I rebuke any attack in the enemy against you in your life. I rebuke any attack against you as you go to break the generational curses, the generational agreements that have been set on you. And I stand in between you and those attacks. And I say that they cannot come this way anymore. And that's what I am. My name is Shield in Spirit. And the way that I'm shielding you guys is by giving you these resources to protect yourself as you go into the next phase in your elevation. As you're going into this rebirth of yourself, I will be standing at the door, making sure that you can go through this transformation without being wounded. And that's why I created what I created. And that's why I've embraced the resources to come around us as I have. And I really, truly believe that if you're hearing the sound of my voice right now, that this word is for you and that it is signed and sealed right now as it comes out of the mouth of the prophet. So I love you guys so much. I release you guys to go and sit with yourself and go through the process. Make sure that you save the links that have been shared in the chat really quick. Make sure that you go jump on my status and comment so that I can thank you for being here with us tonight. And I just want to say that I love you and thank you all for being here. Amen. Amen. You guys have a good night.